Hello everyone, this is my pitch for the game concept I've created for game level design. This is SnippetQuest. So SnippetQuest is a third-person adventure and puzzle hybrid game with an emphasis on easygoing world exploration, humorous character dialogue, and creating a very mellow, relaxed kind of feeling for the player. An important distinction to make clear right away is that I don't mean puzzle in the same vein as games like Portal or Legend of Zelda. Rather, the puzzle elements come from the game's main collectibles, snippets. Snippets are scraps of a puzzle book the main character owns, each one corresponding to some kind of logic puzzle like you would see in the Sunday paper. These can be riddle brain teasers, picture cross or Picross puzzles, crosswords, Kakaros, or any number of other similar kinds of games. The primary gameplay loop will involve the player exploring a variety of open areas looking for snippets, and then solving them individually for rewards, game progression, and completion purposes. Puzzles can be found out in the world by solving on-foot puzzles in the three-dimensional space, completing challenges, or distributed by doing quests for NPCs. The main feature of this game will be the number of collectible snippets, therefore the number of puzzles available for the player to complete, as well as the world design, including the themes for each area of the game, and the NPCs inhabiting them. I want to create a game that entices the player to continue playing because there will always be the idea that something new will be behind the next figurative corner, be it a new item to collect, some bizarre NPC, a new kind of gameplay challenge to complete, or something totally unexpected. From a game creation standpoint, I'm most concerned about character models, textures, and animations. The game will be in 3D, and there will be a sizable amount, possibly be a sizable amount of unique textures and moving parts to consider when building characters specifically. I don't expect it to be supremely detailed or high level for our group, but it is something to consider going forward. Here, on this slide, I've included some reference images for base character design, some sketches I've done. You can see the trapezoidal bodies and oversized oval kind of heads, and a few sketches of how everything should be sized proportional to one another, as well as other details like how hair looks and how clothing will be kind of indented or extruding from the body. The most striking feature during gameplay will be the eyes and the mouth. They'll be just 3 sets of thin cylinders that will float, and you can see it also in this image here. The eyes and mouth will float just off of the head and move. They'll move together but independently from the head and can manipulate themselves for a variety of expressions and occasionally gameplay purposes. For example, the mouth can split off and form a question mark, or the eyes can break some of themselves off and form an exclamation point, or form eyebrows, things like that. I think it can be expounded upon and create a very unique kind of expression system. So next, I'm going to switch over to the playable demo that was uploaded to itch, and this will hopefully better demonstrate some of the concepts that I want to include in the final project. I won't be able to full screen this because of the recording software I'm using, but it shouldn't be that big of a deal. So I've already played this demo is already running, as you can see. I've played it for a little bit and collected a handful of items, but what I'm looking for in terms of world design, and you can see I just picked up one of the snippets there, is that while I'm interested in a low poly kind of environment, that doesn't necessarily mean low detail. I think that textures should be I like the idea of textures being flat, somewhat detailed solid colors, but there should absolutely be some, like you can see in these rocks, or the way the water is the water has polygons and is textured kind of nicely. I don't want to skimp on quality for the sake of, ease of game creation. Also in this demo, there are 4 collectible snippets to find, but I feel that in the finished game, there will be potentially dozens per area. There's puzzle games sold by themselves that have hundreds, so I expect even if we just have one level that's been completed, we'll probably have a few dozen, if not, we'll definitely have a few dozen, as well as a more kind of expansive area in the final product. And yeah, the gameplay would basically be consisting of going around, playing the game, and then eventually coming back to a place to complete and solve the puzzles in question. And there we go, I just did that first one. And obviously this is the first one, it's only a 5x5, but Picross puzzles in particular can get up to 20x25, and I'd like to have a fair range of difficulty as well. In this demo, I've mainly included Picross as well as this Futoshiki one that can be randomly generated. I think in the final product, as I've said before, there will definitely be more kinds of puzzles, but I feel that for the demo, this gets the point across rather well. And additionally, for some of these, like in the case of this, I wanted to show off that we can do more than just give the player a single board to solve. We can have random generation, we can have gimmicks thrown in. There's all kinds of things we can do with this concept. And then, so lastly, the question I'm sure most of you are asking is why? Why bother with my little idea over the others that are fighting for your attention? Especially when a casual, mainly puzzly kind of game may not be your first choice. And I feel that why I think you should vote for this is I feel this idea will be strong for us for a very important reason, and it's that this game is what I refer to as kind of a quiet giant in regards to everyone else. What I mean by that is, even though this isn't the grandest idea in the world, it's not particularly fancy or flashy, we can still make something special and memorable out of it. It'll be a good idea with good execution, not just an asset flip or some lazy quote-unquote idea that we finished and put together for a grade. SnippetQuest has the potential to be something unique from both a gameplay and development perspective, as well as something we as a group can reasonably see through to the end, at least 1, maybe 2 complete levels, like an actual game. First, the game is fundamentally simple and small scale enough that we can complete this in a matter of months given the time we have. But even though we're not creating something totally groundbreaking, the concept is new. I feel this concept is new. The on-foot exploration and puzzle solving blend is new, and just being new, if we pull the idea off correctly, goes a long way towards attracting attention. The game's scripting and coding shouldn't be particularly difficult as well, given the casual nature of the game. It's the animations that I'm more concerned about. And additionally, this project is very much open to creative freedom in terms of characters, location, and area gimmicks. Constructive contributions will work, like everyone. I think that as long as we're not just throwing random ideas into the project for the sake of variety, I feel that if you have an idea of something we can do, we can definitely implement it. And finally, I also feel that the idea is worth our group's time. I want to make something that I'll be proud of. I don't want it to be a Unity Store asset flip or just an obligation that we all made to earn a grade. Other projects pitched will be one-note ideas that are just stretched into however many levels and however many minutes kind of wasted in quote unquote wasted in through boring gameplay, or they'll be fancy, extremely flashy games that were only possible because we bought texture and particle effects and pre-made code off of a store or downloaded them somewhere from the internet. That's not fun, and that's not something I think anyone will be happy with if they want to take this next class seriously. This, I feel, is a project that can test us without pushing us over the brink, and it's something that we can have a lot of fun with from a developmental side. I believe in the idea, I really do, and I hope that the majority of you all do as well. I'll be including links to the concept document and the playable demo from Itch in the description below. And I really hope that you all like this idea as much as I do. Thank you all for watching.